Hi, you guys, it's Christy. I'm really excited today to be a part of the ABCs of Real Estate with our Melson Realty team. I'm going to be talking to you today about approval. Approval affects both the buyer and the seller, so we're going to talk about it from both sides. If you're a buyer and you've called a real estate agent, they've probably said, well, do you have a pre-approval letter? Have you talked to a lender? And you might not even know what that means. So I'm here to tell you about that. So what happens when you decide to go look for homes? The most important first step is to get pre-approved with a lender. So the lender is the one that's going to be originating the mortgage for you. And they are going to need some information from you. They're just trying to get a snapshot of your financial portfolio. They're going to need some W-2 statements, some paycheck stubs, and some bank statements. Those are the three top most important things they're going to need right away, and then they're going to need some other information. It is not scary. It's pretty cut and dry, and it's something that you just go through a checklist. And what's really cool, I know I have a lot of clients who will say, oh yeah, we went online and we got approved with, XYZ loans. And when I was saying local lenders, sometimes it's preferable to have a local lender because they understand our local market. And most of the local lenders now, you can just do the same thing that you did with XYZ loans. You can go onto their website, put in your information, and you'll have a pre-approval within a day. So I am so thankful for this process. And if you're interested in buying and want to talk a little bit more about what that looks like, give me a call. It's really not even possible in a normal market to put an offer on a property without a pre-approval letter. And in today's market, with what's going on in the world, it's not even possible to get in to see a home without a pre-approval letter. So it is a really vital part of the transaction, and I just encourage you. It's not scary, and it's something that I'm more than happy to walk through with you. Also, if you're a seller, it's really important that any buyer that comes through your home is pre-approved, because you don't want to just have your time wasted by people who are just kind of looking around and maybe they don't even have the means to buy your home. So as a realtor, I take pride in the fact that I work with clients who are pre-approved. I make sure that they are ready to buy, ready to go before they go look at homes. And I just encourage you as a seller to make sure that you hire an agent that has that understanding and that knowledge and the wherewithal to make sure that their clients are pre-approved and the clients that are walking through your home are pre-approved. So I would love to have a conversation. If you have any interest in talking further about pre-approval, you can find me online, Instagram or Facebook at Christy Costa Realtor, or you can find me on the Melson Realty website, www.melsonrealty.com, or my phone number is 359-9795. area code 559. So just hope that that is helpful, and let me know if you have any questions. Have a great day.
Hi, my name is Crystal Peterson, and I represent and work with a lot of buyers. Three of the most common questions that are asked are, why should I buy, and when and how I should buy? Why? First, buying a home is one of the most important investments that you can make. It is a way to save and grow your investment. You can get income tax savings, you'll have a stable monthly payment, and the freedom and individuality of owning your own home. When should you buy? When you have a steady income and job security, when you plan to stay in the area for at least a few years, and you have saved for a down payment, preferably 3 to 20% of the purchase price. But there are loans that don't require as much down, but you have more freedom and a lower payment with a bigger down payment. How to get started? First, contact your favorite realtor. Your realtor can guide and help you through the whole buying process. They can find you the perfect home, and they have access to the multiple listing service and access to showing you homes. We work hard for you in negotiating and resolving issues. Before you start looking, be prepared to get pre-qualified. A realtor can guide you to a preferred local lender. Doing this does not lower your credit. It gives you the power to know what you can purchase. Also, most sellers will not accept an offer without a pre-qualification letter. Finally, the fun of shopping for that perfect home.
Commissions. Let's focus on how a realtor brings value to your transaction. Four important areas of value are wisdom, knowing what to do, competence and knowing how to do it, foresight, as in knowing when to get it done, and local contacts, knowing who to call to help get it done. Other areas of value are having cutting-edge contacts for marketing, trend reports, having access to disclosures which are required for you to sign for a successful close of your escrow. Realtors are there for you, to be with you, to answer your questions and be with you every step of the way. Another thing that comes to mind in commissions is sometimes when shopping for commissions, trying to shop for a lower commission, the lowest commission is not necessarily the best agent for you. Keep in mind, I think, that if an agent is quick to give up his own money, how is he going to be when it comes to negotiating for your money? Give that some thought too. Other areas realtors bring value in marketing tools, whether it's professional staging, professional photos, MelsonRealty.com, Realtor.com, Zillow, Trulia, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, just to name a few. We also have strength through our relationships with our local realtors, through our state and national resources. Realtors have value. All that being said, every day, every minute, every breath truly is a gift from God. Let's be grateful as we work together. Stay safe.
Hi all, so today I'm sharing about disclosures. Disclosures are mandated by California law in a real estate transaction, and pretty much it allows the seller to inform the buyer anything that may be material fact or that may affect the value of the home, whether it's like safety guidelines, whether it's hazards, environmental reports, whether it's property questionnaires or things of that sort. But it's mainly to inform the buyers so that they know and they make an informed decision, and that way later on they don't try to come back to the seller and take legal action saying that they didn't disclose something to them. So yeah, it's pretty much to protect the seller and to inform the buyer.
This is Ruben Olguin with Melson Realty, and I'm going to talk to you about escrow. And we have the fortunate situation to where my wife, Maria, who's sitting next to me, is an escrow officer. So a couple things to remember when you're selling or buying a house, that the buyer and the seller are the ones that determine who the escrow goes to. That's part of the contract. So if you have your agent that tells you it has to go here or it has to go there, that's not true. You as a buyer or seller get to make that decision. Of course, you're going to come to us and ask us because we're the ones that work with the escrow officers every day. So Maria's going to tell you about escrow, what happens when a transaction is signed and everybody's ready to move forward.
Hi, I'm Maria Olguin from Chicago Title Company. So what it means to be an escrow means that a buyer and a seller have come to an agreement, of course, to enter into a sale of a property. And what we do as the escrow holder, we're entrusted with the funds and the documents in the transaction. So the buyer would bring a good faith deposit to our office, Then from there, we start the process of starting the search of the property. And from there, we coordinate with the buyer, the lender, the realtors, buyers, sellers, and we do the property search. We are the ones that gather all the information as far as buyers signing all their paperwork, finding out how they want to hold title, etc. We communicate with the seller, we order all the payoffs and so forth, and then at the same time we're working with the agents and the lender to make sure that all the conditions that were called for in that real estate purchase contract are satisfied prior to closing. Then at that time, we get you to sign your docs, you bring in your money, close, and hopefully everyone's happy. Back to Ruben.
So that's what it's all about with escrow. They are the legal intermediary that takes care of all the monies and makes sure everything is recorded. So hopefully that was informative for you. Have a wonderful day.
Hi, I'm Angelica Castillo with Melson Realty, and I'm going to be discussing funding. So in case you're wondering what funding is, typically you have an escrow between 30 to 45 days. So at that point, you're going to be signing loan docs about a few days prior to that. And once you sign the loan docs, those will go back to the lender, and once the lender reviews them and approves them, then they will send a wire to the title company with your funds to close. So that's basically what funding means. After they receive the funds, it'll typically take about 24 hours to close, typically. If you're in Tulare County, if you're in another county, it can be same-day closing. So that's all it is. It's very simple, and hope you have a great day.
Hi everybody, I hope you're all staying home and staying safe, and I want to extend my heartfelt thanks to all healthcare providers and essential workers. Today we're going to be talking about government-owned properties. So when you go and buy a house, it could be a resale, a short sale, a new construction, or what is most commonly known as a foreclosure or an REO, which stands for real estate owned, and those are government-owned properties. What does that mean? In 1938 and in 1970, Congress instituted Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac to insure mortgages. This allows us to buy properties with interest rates that are not exorbitant. So what that means is they buy the mortgages. So when you pay your mortgage, it could be to Bank of America, Wells Fargo, or whatever bank you pay it to, they're actually just the mortgage services. They don't own those mortgages. Those mortgages are owned by Fannie Mae or Freddie Mac. So because of this, there is a lot of money going around in the market. Freddie Mac or Fannie Mae can choose to hold on to the loan or to sell it on to investors, and that's how we get the economy going. Anyway, when you default on a loan and your house ends up getting foreclosed on, if it is a Fannie Mae or Freddie Mac backed loan, those properties go back to Fannie Mae and or Freddie Mac or HUD for that matter. So when that happens, Freddie Mac and Fannie Mae obviously don't want their houses on their portfolio, so they put them on the market as foreclosures. I hope that helped. So anyway, when you see government-owned property or REO or foreclosure, we're technically talking about all the same properties. Remember, stay safe, stay sane, stay home, and we're gonna enjoy a nice loaf of homemade bread. Bye.
Hey, this is Shannon Davis with Melson Realty, and today I'm talking to you about home staging. As realtors, we understand the importance of getting a house looking really good before we put it on the market. And so we work hard with our sellers to help them put their house in the best presentable light. We want to appeal to as many people as possible with the house, and we really want our buyers to walk in and say, wow, I can see myself living in this house. This is the place for me. And as realtors, we can make suggestions around the house on how sellers can make the house look more welcoming and appealing. We can suggest things like decluttering and maybe packing some belongings early. But sometimes we'll suggest that a professional home stager is hired to really make the house pop. The professional home stager will come in and they'll do a design consultation. Well, they will look at things like paint colors and furniture and lighting and accessories. And at that point, they'll be able to issue a review or a recommendation on the house, and they'll talk about traffic flow, modernization, and things like making online photos look really good. So in these days, you know how important it is to have our photos really looking good with so many people looking at houses online and doing virtual tours. So the home stagers, there's usually two kinds. There's those that work with occupied homes and those that work with vacant homes, and a lot of times they do both. But an occupied home stager will work with the seller on using their own items to make the house look better. They'll put together a targeted shopping list in order of priority of what will help the house look even better. And sometimes it could be just adding a few pillows on the couch, or adding some fresh towels, or even just moving some chairs here and there. They can really do a lot on making the house look good. Now, in a vacant home stager, they'll come in and they'll bring all the furniture and accessories and really put the house together so that it's looking as best that it can. So if you've ever gone into any of the model homes, you'll see what I mean about the stagers going in and making those places look great. So remember, home staging is not decorating. Home staging is making a house look as good to as many people as possible, rather than having it look good for just one single person or customizing it for one person. So if you have any questions about home staging, please feel free to leave a comment below and I'll get back to you. Thanks a lot.
Hi everybody, it's Amy from Melson Realty. I wanted to check in with you and give you some information on some very important inspections. I hope this video finds you safely at home with your family. I'm home with mine too, but this was really important and I wanted to get it out to you. First, it is a general home inspection. They are going to look at the structural and mechanical functions of the home. They will look at the appliances, the electrical, the plumbing, the heating and cooling system. They will make sure that everything is up to code and has been installed properly. They'll also check the windows, the doors, the walls, the ceiling, and the flooring. It's really important to have this done. Second, you will have a pest inspection. And in this inspection, they look for termite activity. They'll look for dry rot. They'll look for any kind of moisture that could cause a wood-destroying organism. And that is also very important. Third is your roof inspection. That will be a professional roofer who will go on the roof. He'll look to see if there's any debris. He'll make sure that the flashing has been installed properly. He'll look at the overall condition of the roof to make sure that there isn't anything there that could compromise it. If you're out in the country, you'll also want to have your well checked and your septic checked. These are just a couple more inspections that is definitely important to get done. If you have any questions about any of these inspections or any other inspections, you know you can always call. You can call me, 559-359-5131.
Hi, I'm Christy with Melson Realty, and today we're going to be discussing jump-starting the process and getting pre-qualified. So I always tell my clients that it's so important to get pre-qualified because the number one thing that we're all looking at when we're purchasing a home is the house payment. So once you get pre-qualified, the lender will be able to tell you what your house payment is going to be, what the interest rate is going to be, and what your down payment will be. So once you sit down with the lender, they're going to ask you for documentation. They're going to ask you to look at your credit. Once they do all that, then you get pre-qualified, and that pre-qual letter is typically good for about 90 days. So you don't have to use that pre-qual letter in the beginning just for that one first house that you're looking at. You can use it at any time. You may need to update information later, but that's okay. You just will use the same pre-qual letter. Another good reason to get pre-qualified is due to the fact that some properties are hot on the market and everybody's putting offers on the same property. So if that happens, you're ready to go and you don't have to wait till going through the process of getting pre-qualified because you've already done so. Another good reason, if you are needing to work on some credit issues,
Most of the time, the lenders will sit down with you and go over what needs to be fixed. I have some clients that come in, they have to work on their credit, they do whatever is suggested by the lender. Once they get their credit up there and they're ready to go, they're in a home. Sometimes it takes 2 months, sometimes it takes 6, and sometimes a year. It just depends, more or less. But anyhow, that's the process of getting pre-qualified. So I hope you go out and get pre-qualified today. If you have any questions, please always feel free to give us a call. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Trisha Kirksey, and I get to bring you the letter K in the ABCs of real estate today, which stands for keys. It's one of the most exciting things in our job that we love to be able to do. But there's a lot of things that need to happen before that can be done. One is getting you pre-qualified for financing if you're in need of a loan for a home, or for your ranch, or for any other property that you might need. During the time period that we're in escrow, once we get your offer accepted, there's a lot of things we'll need to do, which are going to be any inspections or reports, appraisals, repairs, anything like that for us to be able to get the transaction closed. Before escrow closes, we of course will be getting your final loan documents, your funding of your loan, and then once the deed records into your name, we do get to be able to hand over any access to you via key or combo lock boxes or anything else that it may take for us to be able to welcome you to your new home and be able to say, thank you for using us. We truly appreciate your business and look forward to seeing you in our communities. Blessings.
Hi, I'm Gail Woods, a realtor at Melson Realty in Porterville. And I'm here to tell you about listings because L is for listing in the ABCs of real estate. The legal definition of a listing is an agreement between a property owner and a broker or one of the broker's agents to sell the property and receive a commission or fee in return for services provided. But when people talk about looking at listings, they're talking about something else. Brokers, real estate agents, and other licensed professionals that serve the real estate industry pay a subscription fee to be a member of a multiple listing service, or MLS. Each MLS serves a particular geographical area. For instance, I am a member of the Tulare County Association of Realtors, MLS. My broker, Melson Realty, is a member of several MLS services because we help clients in many areas. Brokers and their agents share the details of their listing agreements on the MLS so that anyone who is a member of that MLS can access the property details for listings that are listed there. It's a very efficient way to advertise a property to all of the other brokers and agents that are members of that MLS. Access to the MLS is limited to members that pay their subscription. However, you can have access to the information that's posted on the MLS through sites such as Realtor.com, which pulls information from multiple MLS services across the country and makes it available to the public in one place. A word to the wise though, if you find that perfect property online, always check with your agent because your agent will have the most up-to-date and accurate information, especially if you're using Zillow. But that's another topic. Stay safe, stay healthy, and thanks so much for watching.
Hi, this is Shannon Davis with Melson Realty, and today I want to talk to you about marketing. When a house is ready to be listed for sale, the agent will work very closely with the seller to gather the information about the house and get some pictures taken. This will help us write up a really good listing description and to have photos readily available for all of our marketing efforts. Once all the paperwork is signed, the house or the property is put into the MLS, the multiple listing service, and then it is available for other agents to view at that time. And the information is also syndicated to other websites such as Realtor.com. The agent will then put up a sign in front of the house and a lockbox on the door, and then the house is ready for showings. Now, the next steps in the marketing process are going to depend on which real estate agency or agent that you're working with. At our agency, the first thing that we're going to do is have a dedicated web page for that house. Then we start a lot of our online marketing efforts. We are advertising heavily through Facebook and Instagram. We find that we have a large amount of traffic that are viewing homes for sale through those sites. We will also put the property into any newsletters that we're sending out, any email messages or blasts that we're doing to get more people to view the property. Sometimes we will do some offline marketing efforts, such as advertising the property for sale in real estate magazines or in the newspaper. We also put it into our listing brochure that's distributed throughout the county. We can also do some postcard mailings or print up some flyers that can be posted in front of the house. There are a lot of agents that will hold an open house to get as many people through the property as possible. And we also put the house on either a broker office tours or an MLS tour, and that will get some agents through the house so that hopefully they have some buyers or clients that they can make the connection with. We are spending a lot of time doing videos these days and heavily marketing those videos on our social media sites or on YouTube. And these videos could be a video introduction or walkthrough by the agent, and we can also do some virtual tours. Just trying to get as many eyes on the property as possible. We are constantly reviewing all of our marketing campaigns that we do, and we keep the seller in the loop on everything that's going on, and we monitor that weekly, and we make any adjustments as needed. And we are just trying to get as many eyes on the house or people through the house as possible to get the house sold as quickly as possible for the best price.
Hi everyone, it's Christy with Melson. I'm here today on the ABCs of Real Estate to talk to you about the letter N, which in real estate, N stands for negotiations. For most people, the largest purchase they're going to make in their life is their home, and it usually becomes their largest asset. So when someone goes to sell their home, they want to get top value for it. And when someone has decided to buy a home, they want to get the best deal. So you've got one person wanting one thing and another person wanting another. How do we figure it out? So that is where the art of negotiation comes in. The premise for negotiations is pretty black and white, and it all comes down to data and understanding the data and understanding home values. So at the end of the day, everybody has the goal to close the transaction. A buyer's goal is to buy a house and a seller's goal is to sell the house. So oftentimes it's good to have agents that are willing to do that dance of negotiations. It's really important to have an agent that understands values so that they can stand firm when they are negotiating for you, whether it's as a buyer or as a seller. You want to have a good, strong agent that understands the art of negotiating. So I would love to talk to you a little bit more about that. If you're interested in talking about negotiations, you can call myself at 359-9795 or any of our agents at Melson Realty at 788-2222. Have a great day.
Hello everyone, my name is Maria. I'm an agent from Melson Realty, and I hope that everyone is doing well today. Today I will be talking to you about an open house. What is the purpose of an open house? The purpose of an open house is to let everyone know that we just listed a new property and it's available for purchase. Also to establish a specific date and time that the house will be ready and available for tour. This usually tends to work best during the weekends when people are off of work and are able to come and tour the home. So what happens at an open house? If the sellers are currently living at the home, we ask them that they leave their home for a few hours. This will allow for any potential buyers who come in to view the home freely. The agent will be there to point out all the highlights of the property and to answer usual questions like the history of the home, any updates that have been done to the house, or the condition of the home.
Barb, and I'd like to tell you why it is so important to have proper pricing on homes for sale. It is crucial right off the bat when a home is listed for sale to properly price it for a few reasons. One of the real important reasons is so you're not chasing the market. The other is so that you have as many showings as possible. A lot of times sellers will suggest that we list higher than the current market value and that comp support so that there is some wiggle room when negotiating. And it is more important to list for what the home truly is worth instead of trying to chase the market. If you do that, then you get as many showings as possible, and often you can get more for the home than if you were to price it too high and get fewer showings. Sometimes that might promote multiple offers, and mainly it's just to get the seller the highest possible amount. The second really important thing about pricing is so that when the home goes into escrow, the sellers are not disappointed if it doesn't come in at value based on the comparable sales. And when the appraisal is completed, it's better to be closer to what the home is actually worth. And so those are the two most important reasons why pricing is so important. And obviously, days on market, you want to make sure it's priced properly so that you can sell as prompt as possible. And so that's why proper pricing is so important. Thank you.
Today's letter is Q, and right now, Q stands for quarantine. Hi, my name is Melinda Moyes, broker-owner of Melson Realty. Quarantine is something that we are all getting used to and adjusting to in this season of COVID-19. So, how do you do real estate when you're in quarantine? Well, the good news is that real estate is considered an essential business. So we've been given the freedom to continue to serve you, but with some new guidelines that we are sticking to for the safety and welfare of all involved. That said, we are taking as many precautions by doing as much of the home buying process virtually as possible. We've developed a lot of new marketing techniques for our listings to get maximum exposure, and buyers can easily narrow down their search online before needing to physically visit a property. When you are ready to visit a property, we're doing everything possible to protect our clients, ourselves, and the community in an effort to keep people healthy through the use of as much personal protective gear as possible. You will now be required to sign some new disclosures confirming that you are symptom-free prior to viewing properties. Once a deal's been negotiated, thankfully, a majority of the transaction can be done online, right up to the close. When it is necessary for inspectors or appraisers to visit the property, that can still happen during this time, as long as all parties are in agreement and willing to sign the necessary forms. While some of this is a new way of conducting business, we pride ourselves in being adaptable, and we are committed to always being available to help you with your real estate needs. We will get through this, and we do hope to emerge stronger. In the meantime, stay safe and stay healthy.
Hi, my name is Rick Conway. I'm with Melson Realty. And today I'm continuing the ABCs of Real Estate series, and I have R. R for roof inspections. A roof inspection is one thing to consider when you're buying a home. When a buyer buys a home, you need to know as much as you can about that home. It's good to consider a general home inspection, which actually looks at the whole house as a whole, but one of the most important parts of that house is the roof. And so a roof inspection is where you have a licensed contractor who specializes in roof get on that roof and they look at the very little details of that roof. From up on the roof, they can see issues that you cannot see from the ground. They look at stuff like the flashing around like the air conditioning units and then the valley gutters. They look at the penetrations through the roof, and it's so important to see, especially like in a tile roof, sometimes there's a crack that you cannot hardly see until you get on that roof. So it's real important to consider making sure you know what you're buying as a home buyer. I just want to let you know that you can call me anytime with any questions about not only roof inspections, but anything about real estate. Thank you and have a great day.
Hi all. So today I will be sharing with you about showings. So as a real estate agent, showings are very, very important when you are representing a buyer. I personally like to schedule showings once the buyer is pre-approved. That way I'm being considerate of their time and also of the seller who really is interested in showing their home to someone who's serious and who's ready to buy. Showings have a way to show the buyer what it is they are signing up for, the condition, the area, and so forth. As an agent, we are able to facilitate the process by scheduling showing appointments, following all of the different properties showing instructions, and allowing you to see what it is that the property looks like, whether it's in person or virtually. But yeah, showings are very important for buyers so that they can see what it is they are signing up for. I hope that helps.
Hi everyone, my name is Lynn Trice with Melson Realty, and today we will be discussing being underwater. If you ask me what does underwater mean in real estate, it means simply that you owe more than your house is worth or valued at. So possibly maybe back when the big boom was, like in 2008, you bought it at a higher price, and today there has not been that much paid off on it and you owe more than it is valued at. In that case, in the past, we've done, and we still could possibly do a short sale, which means your lender would be willing to accept less than is actually owed on the property because of the appraised value. So it's a process. I've done many of them, and I would be happy to help you if you feel like your home is you owe more than it's valued at or appraised at, and you want to get it sold. So you can call me at 559-359-0256. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Hi, I'm Gail Woods with this edition of the ABCs of Real Estate. V is for virtual tours. A virtual tour is simply a video showing of a property. People in the military, people who have transferred with jobs across the country are familiar with the process of researching a property online before they actually go and view it physically, or sometimes circumstances are such that they can't even see the property. They have to buy it sight unseen. But for most people, this is kind of a new, different way of researching properties, but it can be fun. Here's how it works. The agent will go and video the property while they're walking through it and do some somewhat of a virtual tour or virtual showing of the property. And then they can upload it to the MLS or another site where you can view it. Another way to do this is a little more personal, is to contact your agent and have them go to the property, and while they're there, contact you with a video chat app such as FaceTime, Marco Polo, WhatsApp. There are several of them, and they can walk through the property and video it for you while you're there. You can ask questions, have them focus on certain aspects or areas of the home that interest you. This way you can research it before you go out and physically view it. Make sure it's on your short list. Make sure you really are interested in it before you actually go out and see it. So thanks for watching.
Hi you guys, it's Christy with Melson. I first of all want to say I hope you are staying safe and healthy, and that I get to see your faces again in person really soon, because I sure miss people. I miss my people. And I wanted to talk to you today about the letter W, which in real estate stands for wells. Particularly in rural real estate, which if you're in Tulare County, you know we have a lot of that. So having specialized in rural properties, I've worked with a lot of properties with a well, and I've met a lot of inspectors, and we've just run through well inspections. So it's not something to be afraid of, but it's really good to have a good understanding of what that's going to look like. So first of all, the inspector is going to look at the well, and they're going to tell us how deep it is. That means how far it was drilled into the ground. Sometimes it's 400 feet, sometimes it's 125. It can be just all different numbers. And then he's going to tell us where the water level is. So the water level might be at 10 feet. You might have a 400-foot well that you have water 10 feet below ground, so you have a great water table. And then he's going to tell us at what depth the pump has been dropped down into the well. So those are three important things. And then he's going to tell us the productivity. So how much water the pump produces. That's usually talked about in gallons per minute, like 8 gallons per minute, 10 gallons per minute. And then he's going to test the potability, meaning any bacteria that might be in the water. And then he's going to give us a report that has productivity, gallons per minute, potability, and that's about it. So you'll want to sit down with your realtor and go over what that looks like, and we'll discuss options if there are some negative findings and ways to correct that. But I would love to talk to you a little bit more if you want more information about what wells look like or anything else regarding real estate in Tulare County. 559-359-9795 is my number, or you can call any of us at Melson Realty at 559-788-2222. Have a great day.
Hello, today's letter of the alphabet is X.
X is for xylophone, because why not? Because at this point in the alphabet, you deserve a break.
Have a nice day! Hello, today's letter of the alphabet is X.
X is for xylophone, because why not? Because at this point in the alphabet, you deserve a break.
Have a nice day!
Hi, today's letter is Y, which stands for Your Support Staff. My name's Melinda Moyes, the broker and owner of Melson Realty, which was established 15 years ago. And as a non-competing broker, I have the joy of supporting both the agents and the staff all the time. And that's what fills my days. Now you're going to get to meet the rest of the behind the scenes staff and find out what each of them does.
I'm Kristen. I've been with Melson for 14 years. I'm on the marketing team when we work towards finding the best ways possible to market your listings and put the best information out in front of our buyers.
Hi, I'm Joanne. I've been at Melson 12 and a half years. My job is running the front desk and doing anything the agents need to keep them happy.
I'm Stephanie. Been with Melson for about a year. I do a lot of the tangible marketing, signs and banners. I do creative design for the SME subdivision support, as well as most of the video listings and editing.
I'm Jamie. I've been with Melson for 5 years. As a transaction coordinator for Porterville and Exeter, I help keep paperwork, escrow, inspections, lenders, and contract deadlines organized.
I'm Andrea, and I help with the marketing team. And I create graphics for social media, and I create flyers for agents for open houses. I also run the Spanish Facebook page and Instagram page, and I help with the front desk part-time.
Hi, I'm Melanie. I've been here for 14 years. I manage the Porterville office. I work on our accounting, our bookkeeping, our marketing, and file review, and just try to keep everything running smoothly.
Hi, I'm Angie. I am the transaction coordinator for our Visalia office, and I've been with Melson for 4 years.
Hi, I'm Terry, and I am on the marketing team. I've been with Melson for about a year and a half, and I do social media and graphic design, and I also manage the Exeter office.
Hi, I'm Amy. I've been with Melson for just over 8 years, and I work in agent development. I'm a coach. I do one-on-one coaching and training, as well as I work and support the marketing team anytime they need me.
Hi, I'm Linny. I've been here for 12 and a half years. I'm a front desk reception area, and we're here for all your needs, and also a shoulder to lean on when needed.
We look forward to supporting our agents so that they can serve you best.
Hi, this is Dina Clark, and I want to tell you some of the reasons not to use Zillow as your real estate source. The first reason is that the page is not regularly updated. So some of the information that you are seeing is not the most up-to-date. There are many web pages who are updated, and it actually feeds directly from local MLS systems, which is our multiple listing, as far as availability, price changes, etc. So that is one of the main reasons not to use Zillow. The second reason a lot of people rely on Zillow is for what they call Zestimate. A Zestimate is literally a mathematical feature. And so they'll take homes based on square footage, based on location, and they just do a simple format of a price per square footage, thus giving a value. And that's not the way that real estate works. That's not the way that appraisers work. So those are the two main reasons to not use Zillow. Thank you.
Hi, you guys, it's Christy. I'm really excited today to be a part of the ABCs of Real Estate with our Melson Realty team. I'm going to be talking to you today about approval.
And I represent and work with a lot of buyers.
Commissions. Let's focus on how a realtor brings value to your transaction.
So today I'm sharing about disclosures.
Hi there, this is Ruben Olguin with Melson Realty, and I'm going to talk to you about escrow.
Hi, I'm Angelica Castillo with Melson Realty, and I'm going to be discussing funding. So in case
Today we're going to be talking about government-owned properties.
Hey, this is Shanna Davis with Melson Realty, and today I'm talking to you about home staging.
Hi everybody, it's Amy from Melson Realty. I wanted to check in with you and give you some information on some very important inspections.
Today we're going to be discussing jump-starting the process and getting pre-qualified.
Hi, I'm Trisha Kirksey, and I get to bring you the letter K in the ABCs of real estate today, which stands for keys.
And I'm here to tell you about listings because L is for listing in the ABCs of real estate.
Realty, and today I want to talk to you about marketing. When a house
N stands for negotiations.
At an open house.
Why it is so important to have proper pricing on homes for sale.
Today's letter is Q, and right now, Q stands for quarantine. Hi.
And I have R. R for roof inspections.
So today I will be sharing with you about showings.
We will be discussing being underwater. If you ask me what does underwater mean in real estate, it means simply that you owe more than your house is worth or valued at.
The letter W, which in real estate stands for wells.
Hello, today's letter of the alphabet is X.
X is for cell phone, because why not?
Hi, today's letter is Y, which stands for your support staff.
Reasons not to use Zillow as your real estate source. The first reason